Hello and welcome, new and old Pikmin fans. Kevin was not expecting news today. Definitely not from a Pikmin 4 download card, not at all. Now, I'm gonna quickly run down through the translations, then we're gonna go from top to bottom what the images show us exactly. So at the very top it says, an unknown planet full of victims? Rescue with Pikmin. And then it also points out that the Oatchi is the rescue dog and Ice Pikmin are just kind of sitting there. That's a brand new render too, by the way. I wasn't supposed to talk about that render. Whatever. Here it is. We'll just keep up with the flow then. So at the very top, in the background, you see playground level. And we can see what looks to be a nesting doll, which explains what exactly that weird pink gumdrop kind of thing was inside the trailers that we were analyzing in the very first place. And that's really it for this background up here. If you move down though, the green banner says, a great adventure with new Pikmin and the partner Oatchi. One note about this, and this is probably just reaching because, you know, you could say that there is new Pikmin on this, like, spread right here instead of a new Pikmin, since there is two Ice Pikmin. If that makes any sort of sense. So maybe there's something new? Maybe there's something that, like, basically, maybe they're holding out on us, maybe they're not. We just don't know yet, obviously. First image in the line, we already have seen it. It is just a Bulborb that's being frozen and murdered. It is, I'm pretty sure it's literally straight from the trailer footage. Next up though, there is a little image that actually was on the front page of a magazine that has been going around. And this is actually a fuller image than the original. You very clearly make out a blue candy pop bud, which kind of makes it a bit more concrete that in the background of all of the garden level things that we were not seeing a yellow onion, but rather it was just a yellow candy pop bud. Next image, and this is going to cause a lot of divide in the community. I think it's going to be okay. Maybe it all depends on execution, because next up, just a real house, an actual house, and of course, it's just kind of the perfect situation for Pikmin to be in because, you know, I mean, maybe you've got a really clean, like, room or whatever, but I'm certain that you can look around your room and be like, oh, here's something that Pikmin could take. Like, I have a little stuffed dog on my desk where I work, and it's just a little lucky beckoning dog or whatever. I might just post an image of it up on screen, but, you know, it's only a couple inches tall. I think Pikmin could steal this, take it away. Just a single purple Pikmin, maybe. I have to weigh it, figure it out. But yeah, houses! This image really doesn't show us anything though, so it's either... It could be anything. I'm betting on it being a really detailed skybox, in that you're doing a cave where you're on a table, if that makes any sort of sense. Another possibility is challenge mode, and of course, other possibility, which I just feel is the least likely, but it could still work, and it would be really cool, is an overworld. But that would take the most delicate touch, and I do not trust Nintendo with that. That's the thing. They do get silly sometimes, and I don't think that silly... I don't know how to describe it. I'm just thinking that it has to be done a very particular way, and I cannot put it into words. Other than, like, it's just something, whatever. Next thing. The orange banner, I don't think it translated correctly, because it translated into collecting treasures. That makes sense. That's over top the treasure image up on screen now. Let's see, paper cranes, fidget spinner, a little hammer toy, some sort of tin fish looking thing. I'll have to look up what it is. And a beach ball, a little tiny beach ball. That better weigh like 3 or 5 Pikmin, because that would be hilarious in my opinion. Fighting standards is what it translated into above the 2-player versus mode. And the way that you know that this is 2-player versus mode is that it is really hard to make out in the images, but the second player captain is definitely Olimar. And there is a green Oatchi behind him. That's not what that is. That is not a green Oatchi. I am sorry. It is a completely different dog. And that's something I think a lot of people are gonna not exactly notice immediately, because it's not like immediately like distinct. Details that are different. The ears are perked up and forward. The spots are not perfect. They are very angular. It looks like it either has a normal tail or a flower on its tail. Which, really strange choice in my opinion, but you do you, I guess. And of course it doesn't have a collar. Maybe it's... people were like, oh, maybe Oatchi is, you know, an animal that lives on PNF 404. I don't believe that, but I could believe that this little green goblin creature, that could be something that lives on the planet. Because we just can't tell. Maybe Olimar doesn't put collars on his dog. I also just think that Oatchi's collar just more serves as the purpose of like communication between your main character and the existing ones. Anyways, the exact footage that we're seeing right here though is I don't know if you've ever been to like a daycare or something like that, or like in preschool. They would give you like these foam mats and you can like stamp them together. Like they fit in like little puzzle pieces. And that's what they're playing on. That is the field that they are on. And it's a payload. It is like, my eyes aren't deceiving me. Like everyone else can see this too, right? It's bomb rock on a cart. And the Pikmin seem to be moving it around. So one-on-one payload matches, anybody? Just kidding. The game still doesn't have online. It's only for cloud saves. How could they mess it up this bad? Finally, the last part of the banner says, even dangerous protozoa, which I feel like that actually might have translated correctly, and I'm just like really stupid. I can actually just look it up right now. Divine single-celled organism. Maybe it did translate correctly, maybe it didn't. I don't think that really describes the raving longlegs, which you can see right here. That is exactly what the image has been talking about. But, you know. I mean, I say you know. You never know is the truth. That's the real issue. But here you can see raving longlegs doing its attack that seemingly hypnotizes the Pikmin. The people I've been talking to, they speculated that this is the death animation, but as you can see, like all the Pikmin are like hit with like the hypnotic like powder state or whatever. So I'm assuming that this is the raving longlegs, like, you know, panic attack that it caught. The Panic at the Disco. Yeah, that's what that image shows. And I mean, it's just raving longlegs, so I say just raving longlegs. It's probably gonna be the coolest boss in Pikmin 4, unless if like the final boss is something insane. Maybe this is the final boss. They just fooled us all into thinking that this is some normal boss. That would be goofy. That would be silly. Just kidding. This is probably like first or second cave boss. I say first or second cave. First cave most likely will not have a boss, so it'll be the second or third. You get the idea. Finally, there's a little tiny corner in this image that I've cut out that says, feel free to play with 2 players. And it shows the most disappointing piece of information. We all knew it. We all knew it was coming. They would not live up to Pikmin 3 Deluxe's hype. 2-player is a little brother mode, little sibling, little baby bro mode. I don't know why they did it, but they did it. Probably because there isn't a second captain, but I'd assume that you would be able to play as Oatchi. I really, really hope you do. Maybe you can't. We'll have to see. If you're literally just playing as a cursor, this is gonna probably be like the worst multiplayer in all of Pikmin. 2-player campaign is not worth having a tainted version of multiplayer. I'm sorry, that is just my opinion. I don't want this Mario Galaxy multiplayer. But that's it. That's all the new details that you get. Oh, and also it's, you know, it's an Unreal Engine but us Chad Pikmin fans, we don't really care about the engine, we just care about the gameplay. Gameplay's where it's at. I just realized how counterintuitive that statement was. Unreal's kind of known for its visual fidelity, is it not? Oh, I feel like a goofball now.